All right, what's going on, y'all? This is slide five, well, point five on the newly licensed agents email. And today we're just gonna be talking about on this one, we're just gonna be talking about how to structure a term policy. Well, getting somebody's budget, and if let's say, for example, it makes sense for them to get a term policy, we're gonna be talking about how to structure it, and then how to get their information on the client worksheet on the second appointment, right? So we shouldn't take any more than like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna share my screen and pull up. Oops, wrong one. There we go. All right, so cool. About to share my screen really quick. Uh-oh. All right, so cool. Let's say, for example, we get to now. This was the retirement pathway video. Oh, I need to actually put these slides actually in there too as well. Uh, the the retirement pathway slides. Okay, cool. So you should have been, I'm sure you've been watching the retirement pathway slideshow. I mean, this retirement pathway video. And at this point, you should know, when you start doing them, you're going to know how to do the retirement pathway, like on your own, the sales presentation. So let's say you get to the end of this, right? You're going over it, you're watching how to, go over it, watching how to express it, all that good stuff. And you get here, right? And you start doing the, well, so look, and it's always in the video. So, if we aren't able to hit the savings goals, we have three options: retire later, retire with less, and save more. All right, cool. So here's the piece. This is the most important part of what you do, essentially, because you're dealing in sales, right? You've educated them, you open their mind to some new things, right? And at the end, you're going to say, based on what you've seen, right? Do you feel like you should be saving a little more? Now, mind you, I'm saying that with a tone. I'm not saying, do you feel like you should be saving more? Like, no, it's tone. It's tone. Tone is probably like 95% of communication. Do you feel like you should kind of be saving a little bit more money? They're probably going to say yes. Then, secondly, is, would you like to have the right type of life insurance and coverage amount? They're probably going to say yes. Then, would you like to have an income in case of a chronic or critical injury or illness? They're probably going to say yes. You've just gotten three yeses in a row, right? Then you're going to say, okay, cool. So what number are you, comfortable with putting away that's, not going to take, not going to stress you out. It's not going to take any food off of the dinner table so that you can achieve these, so you can achieve these goals that you just set. They may say, man, I got $100. Some may say, hey, look, I got $150. Now, look, if they're 30 or 40 years old, you're not going to get a term, you're not going to get an IUL with $150 for a 40-year-old, right? Because remember, you want to get as close to their age plus a zero as possible. So if it's 40, they want to get as close to $400 as possible. If they all they got is $150, we're going with a term policy. So for today, we're going to go based off of somebody who's 40 years old who has $150 to put towards term insurance, right? So we've just finished here. And so at that point, you're going to book a second appointment with them, right? Although I was going to press stop share. At that point, at this point right here, once they tell you, hey, I got $150, right? At that point, be like, okay, cool. I'm going to see what I can do. And let's book a second appointment. So that might be 24 hours from now, 48 hours at some point, right? So what you're going to do next is you're going to come to your National Life Group. So don't ever just go straight to National Life Group, right? You want to come back through here. I'm on Hezekiah's right now. But you're going to come back here. He's waiting to get appointed with National Life Group, and it's going to say National Life Group, right? You're going to do an illustration. It's going to take you to the website. You're going to come here where it says illustration. Boom. Now you're going to press new illustration. Boom. You're going to come to Ella. In this case, we're going to be doing a term because if all he has is $150 at 40 years old, or better yet, let's say she. If all she has is $150 at 40 years old, we're going to get her a term policy because the chances are she probably doesn't have her own type of insurance, right? My bad. All right, great. So, boom, 40. So let's just say her is 1984, July 17th, 1984. She's 40 years old and she doesn't smoke, right? So all we're doing, this is how we structure the term policy. It's very simple. Let's say her name is Jane Doe. Let's say she's female. Boom. And let's say her birthday is July 17th, 1984, is going to spit it out and she doesn't smoke. Okay, great. Death benefit and funding. Now, most people are going to say, hey, look, I want $1 million in insurance. Some will, but most people are going to say, hey, I got 150. She has $150 a month. All right. So boom. $150 a month. Now, generally, I try to, okay, cool. Now, if you come over here, you're able to see, boom, for 10 years, that's $2.3 million. Now 10 years, we might want it to get a little bit longer. 15 years, that's $1.7 million in insurance, right? For boom. For 20 years, paying $150 a month, she's still covered with $1.4 million in insurance. So let's just say she's covered from 40 to 60. We do 20 years right here, $1.4 million in insurance, right? That's perfect. 1.4 million, $150 in premium, right? Now what you're going to do, I'm sorry, I didn't explain that. You're going to press run reports, right? Because this is something you can actually send to them. You're going to press run reports. Boom. And you see right here, you can you can actually download this to your desktop. So cool. You can email this to them. Term insurance. Prepare for Jane Doe by Jamil Best. Now, my plan life insurance offers. So okay, I will start my policy and it's explaining it to them. I'll start my policy by paying $150 a month. If I die tomorrow, those who I've chosen will receive $1.4 million in insurance tax-free. If my needs change, I can convert from term to permanent insurance within 15 years. So that means this can turn from a term policy to a permanent policy. All right. For college expenses, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of a 529 plan, but a 529, you can only use that for school, right? Why would I set my child up with a 529 plan? And then if you don't use all of it, it can only go to the next in line for school. Why not just have an index universal life insurance policy that's tax free and I can use it for whatever I want, right? But I'm using it for my child. But anyways, college expenses, emergency, supplemental retirement income, life insurance retirement plan, right? But most importantly to me with a term policy is this. Any type of terminal illness, doctors say, look, you got 12 months to live. I'm getting $1.2 million lump sum tax-free in my bank account, which he is, all right? That's a big deal. Chronic illness, $12,000 a month from her insurance policy. Critical illness benefit, up to $1 million in insurance. Critical injury benefit, $1 million in insurance. Or let's just say they get Alzheimer's and they develop Alzheimer's. They're getting $889,000 lump sum in their bank account in insurance. And so, I mean, this is pretty like self-explanatory. You can read this out to them if you want, but you don't have to. But that's how you structure that, right? That's how that would be structured. So go back through that and check it out. Now, lastly, this is how you get paid. Now, I mean, shoot, $1 million in insurance, just in case, let's say they don't pass, but something crazy happens, they get $1 million bank account tax free. That's a big deal. You're helping them out a lot. $1.4 million just paying $150 a month. That's a big deal. And let's say let's say they don't have, they 40, but they only, let's say they're 40, but they don't have $400 or $350 to put towards an IUL. This is how you can recruit people in the back end, right? So for me, what I'm going to do, this is exactly how I've been recruiting people on the back end, right? So yeah, so listen, Jane, so how do you feel about this policy? Man, I mean, $1.4 million in insurance, that's amazing for just $150 a month. And if anything happens to me, terminal illness, injuries, anything, $1.4 million in insurance, $1 million in my bank account tax free, that's a big deal. Okay, great, great. So just real curiosity, Jane, how much do you think, How much do you think that I made off of this? All right. You know, man, shoot, I don't know. I don't know. How much did you make off of this? This is how you find out. Annualized premium, 150 times 12 is $1,800 in premium. All right. I'm at a 60% contract. All right. Some of you who watching this are at a 50% contract. All right. With a 60% contract, I'm making $1,100. This took me like 30 seconds to structure. All right. Now it was about an hour presentation, but it's like literally you talking about an hour and a half. I'm making $1,100. That takes people 2 weeks to make. All right. So boom. So yeah, so I mean, I made $1,100. Jane, all you need is an extra $400 a month to start structuring your policy. Do you want me to show you how the business can generate an extra $400 a month for you? Shit, yeah. Boom. Now you got to recruit, right? Because you're actually showing them how our business works. We're not just asking you to join. We're just trying to tell you to just join this business just because. Like, no, we're giving you clarity, right? So boom. That's a good deal. Now, during this second appointment, after you show them this, something's going to happen. You got to get you got to get their information. This could be a second one. This could be a second video, but we can all put it in one. It don't matter. Hold on. Oh, snap. Come on now. All right, great. So all you're doing, and I need to send this out to you all as well as the client. Matter of fact, let me put that in there as well. Yeah, so client worksheet, that goes on something called DocHub.com, which I can put in there as well, just to let you all know. Like just you can use DocHub. But what DocHub allows for you to do is, you know, open this up and, you know, type their names in. And so literally all you're going to be doing is this. First name, Jane, last name, Doe, status, single, you know, and just literally just okay, cool. So what's your home address? Okay, what's your and in between time, you know, you can be making jokes and talking. You know me, I'm always gonna be making jokes, talking stuff like that. But it's very, very simple, right? Date of birth, you know, place of birth, social security number, driver's license, state, boom, 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 boom. You're just gonna get all that information. Now, here's where it gets some people sometimes feel some type of way. You have the medical information history right here. No, not right here. The bank information. Now, I always let people know, like, listen, I am a licensed, I am a licensed insurance producer for the state of Tennessee. Anything that I do, if I do anything with your information that you're not telling me to do, I will put time. Spend time in federal prison. I don't want to do that, right? So I'm just getting your bank information, your routing number, so that I can give it to the insurance company. That's it. Very, very simple, not anything crazy. And ultimately, after, you know, it's not my job to convince people. I'm not gonna, well, come on, go ahead, give me your routing number. I mean, yeah, like, no, it's just like, what are we doing? Like, you know, I let them know that, but past that, man, I'm not trying to convince you. I'm trying to get you insured because you ain't got nothing for your children. Right. So cool. So for the most part, that's that. Now, when it comes to inputting this information, that can be another video. Okay. All right. Yep. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. And now right here, y'all, just so you know, just so you have clarity. Because like I said, it's very simple, but I can see that how this could be like, dang, Jamil, that's a lot. Really, right here, I'm asking people, like, I'm not going all the way through here, like all just asking all these questions. All I'm asking folks is like, listen, have you had any major anything? Have you had heart attacks? Have you been are you asthma? Anything? Is your health not like a robot? Like, do you have something? What is some people it's asthma. Some people you know, I got cancer, I got lupus, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. But some people gonna say, no, I don't have anything. And I just remind them, like, hey, listen, the insurance company is like the men in black. They gon' find out. So if you got something, just let me know. All right. Most people, you know, I mean, a lot of people, they don't have nothing. A lot of people are healthy, right? But you got some people who aren't, right? And so that's what you putting this right here down on. Now, other than that, that's everything. All right. So cool. This is just gonna be one video that goes onto the email. The finishing up with the sales presentation, finding out how much they have to put down, inputting that and structuring a term policy. I already sent you the IUL video, the structuring a term policy. Then we got the then I showed you how to run the report, right? Scheduling that second appointment, running a report, and then during the second appointment, actually getting their information down and going back over what you got, right? And once you got this information, you can input that into the back office. So cool. Make it happen. Peace.